Now on 2GB Sydney, 4BC Brisbane and network stations across Australia. It's time for Sunday Lifestyle with Kayley Harris.
Last Friday, the Australian Charity Awards for 2018 were announced, and the charity that took the top gong is called Friends with Dignity. Friends with Dignity is a national not-for-profit organisation focused on providing a platform where anyone can volunteer and, in turn, change the perception and statistics of domestic and family violence right across the country. On the line is Julia McKenna. She's Friends with Dignity Director. Welcome, Julia.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Congratulations on the award. Tell us how Friends with Dignity started.
We started back in September 2015. There's 3 directors, but our CEO actually was working in the prison systems and was noticing that women were taking refuge in prison from their own homes.
Oh.
So that sort of started the investigation of her research into that, and the idea came about. Personally, myself, I had a family member who was murdered by her husband.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that was my drive to also get involved. So, the 3 of us started it up, and we've just gone from strength to strength, kept very busy.
So how do you actually help families impacted by domestic violence? What do you do?
So we have 3 programs. Our main program is what we call sanctuaries. So after the victim and family have left domestic violence, most have left with nothing but the clothes on their back, and they've gone into refuge. In refuge, they're assisted with, counselling, lawyer services, Centrelink, and then also assistance for housing, most of the time through government housing. Once they get that housing and ready to move into their own home, of course, they've got nothing to put in it. Mm-hmm. And that's where we come into play. So we actually get the keys before they move in. So within 7 days, we fill that house from donations from social media, namely Facebook. Everything from what's in your house and mine, we put in there in 7 days. So we sort of say it's like the block on steroids.
Yeah.
We do it in 7 days. And it's all pre-loved. So we're sort of reducing landfill at the same time. But it's what you would give your best friend is what we're looking for in donations. But that could be beds, lounges, fridges, down to sanitary products, pegs, washing powder, and the like.
And what is the reaction you get from, when people walk in and see everything that's there?
Well, it's all highly confidential, and we never actually get to see them, which is because we don't want them to, know who we are.
Yeah.
We're the coals and bullets. We're trying to provide dignity to them. But the feedback we always get feedback from the families as well as the social worker that deals with them, and it's complete, tears and, the stories that come back are just heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
We had one lady where, as you can imagine, we get a lot of toys donated, but for the parent, be it the mum or the dad, because we don't discriminate between men or women who have faced domestic violence, we sort of put a pamper pack on the bed. And there's one story of a lady who, on the pamper pack had a little palette of eyeshadow and nail polish, and she just broke down. That was the thing that triggered her, because she was never allowed to wear makeup in her life before, and now she was being given the choice, and it was hers to make that
decision. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, how can our listeners help?
Well, one, get onto Facebook, give us a like, because we are expanding. So at the moment we're in southeast Queensland and in Newcastle, Port Stephens, and also just launched in May in Perth. So the more volunteers that we have that sign up, the more that we can actually do on the ground and start setting these sanctuaries up. But at the moment we also have our scholarship, our Little Friends Scholarship, which is for children. So anybody, child or family that have faced domestic violence, either now or in the past, they can actually apply to us via our website, and that's either for educational or extracurricular activities. So that's open until the 26th of August.
Well done. I can see why you won the award, the Australian Charity Award. It's a great work that you're doing, and to find out anything you'd like to know, if you'd like to help Julia and her team, it's friendswithdignity.org.au or on Facebook. Thanks, Julia.
Thanks so much, Kayley.